Welcome, 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 as we say. I'm Bob Bockelman, the host and founder of New Orleans TV Inner Network. And we're proud to bring you a series of what we're calling essays to inform or let you know or refresh your memory of the programs that we'll be launching on our new network, some of which were, as one with today, were created under previous situations. We'll talk about that in a little bit. The name of today's, oh, also, we are emanating still from New Orleans, Louisiana, but we distribute on two platforms simultaneously. First, Facebook Live under my name, Bob Bockelman. It's spelled down in your little left corner, Boeckelman. Okay. And or my YouTube channel, R space REVUE, R Review, which we would love for you to subscribe to so that way you'll be notified when the shows are coming on. YouTube, I believe, gives like a half an hour notification. Facebook, I believe, only gives like a few minutes, let's say 5 minutes before the program. We will, as we talk about scheduling, hopefully supplement that with something more or readily easable to discern, certainly our core programs. As we mentioned, the Emanates of New Orleans on those two stations. The name of this show, notice all of our production shows are under the tutelage, the auspices of our brand, which is also the title of our YouTube channel, or Review. And if you'll look up in your upper right corner, if you're not familiar, you'll see a replica of our original brand. Notice it's a black and white rendition of an ant with a red star in it. And as we've explained, our initial and still our parent show is called Restaurant Review. And the red star on the ant, red star ant, is an analogy for restaurant review. Now, that was fine and dandy when we had only one program, but we started expanding, and the R review, the R part became a symbol or an abbreviation of the word that would identify the show's mission or topic. And you've seen several of those because we're on number 5. I think I told you that. No, excuse me, number 6 of our series of 12. We're about halfway finished. Congratulations, Bob. But notice, lo and behold, this and our sister, there will be a sister show to this, will bear a different name. We have like 4 that have different names under the R Review production company, but do not use that surname as the name for their show, and just differentiate by the color of the background and or the device that the ant would hold. This particular was not part of my history in that long 15 years with the local cable company, but rather the more recent 2 years on a local internet program, in which I had was able to bring some of these back, not all of them. The reason why we've changed the name, this is really, and this and the sister show will not get full 10 minutes probably, unless I'm long-winded, as you know. But basically, this is the saying, I hate to use that word basically, but this and the sister show, which you'll see next, are derivatives of the Restaurant Review. Well, Bob, why do you have to call it a different name? All the others retain their name from the television show to the internet to the present internet. The difference is because the limitation of Restaurant Review on the cable network was involving only restaurants and chefs in the New Orleans area, whereas now with the internet, we have the expansion of interviewing and seeing the wonderful creations of chefs around the globe. And we made the distinction because of this particular one. It's called Chef's Chat. I can't admit it. Chef's Chat USA. Let me show you. See a little bit of there, a little color that Chef's had behind me. But I'm gonna show you what the full logo looks like in 1 second. Let me put it on full screen. We've even you see dramatized it even more by flagging it with the black and white stripes, and you'll see the similarity between this and the sister program. I'm not going to tell you the name because I want you to watch the episode number 7. But we decided to show all the states of our USA and let them all wear the hat of chef. So we're chatting with the chef from whichever state in the union. Now, notice Louisiana's in. He said, well, Bobby, what about Restaurant Review? Here's where we make the distinction. Restaurant Review is for New Orleans, Louisiana only. The rest of our state has excellent food, especially in the southwestern and certain parts of the middle and the north of our state. So they fall under the Chef Chat NOMER. And therefore, we will always, if you see Chef Chat USA, you know it's one of the contiguous, well, not all contiguous because of Alaska, states in the United States of America. And it may well be Louisiana where New Orleans is located, but it will not be a New Orleans-based restaurant chef. Even if he's from New Orleans, if he's up in Connecticut, it will be Chef's Chat USA. Okay. Again, the format is very simple. We bring a chef on live for 1 hour. That's a long time, you said, but my whole focus was that we want you to hear it from the chef, him or her, and we want it to be an in-depth. Big thing, folks, as we reiterated twice so far, not in this one, but in Restaurant Review, it's not a cooking show. So for those who are looking how learn how to make a dish or how the chef makes a particular dish, then you need to watch those on your probably local television channel. I know in New Orleans, we have one almost every weekday morning, even Saturdays, where a chef will come on the morning news program or what a variety program they have locally and do a dish, usually on behalf of a charity that they would be working for a special event and services, but their products. Bring you back for a little bit. Okay. So Chef's Chat USA is for any state in the United States and only excludes the city of New Orleans, Louisiana. In addition to, so when is, well, you're not going to talk for an hour, Bobby, it's going to be so boring. It's only going to be you and the chef. No, what the chef's asked to do is to send us in advance digital pictures of his or her restaurant that he's associated with, and then 15 to 20 close-ups of dishes that he's or she is proud of, have created themselves. And this way it gives exposure to him as well as or her, as well as the restaurant they might be associated. Now, some of these are catering, private chefs, so we'll just give a plug to their service, But the idea is we want to fix some of these visually, some of these dishes with the chefs. Okay, and once again, there's nothing wrong with those TV morning shows where they cook a dish, but you only know if they're cooking fish today and you don't eat fish, or if you're vegetarian and they're cooking meat, you're disinterested. Nice to see the chef and the commentator, but you're not really fixing a dish you'd eat. That's what's good about this. You're not seeing how to make it. You're seeing the end product, which should look the best, but on a variety of dishes and elements. So some of that should meet your fancy. Let's put it on your taste, as we say. Okay, I think we've done most of the core stuff. I like to make sure that we've done a review of these things, what I can see of it, and now I can see it as usual. Yes, we've hit everything. We've gone over the format, so it's pretty much the same now. We do allow we're talking about this did involve callers, but for the most part, today's people don't call in. And I forget to mention this all the time. We'll tell you how it's not an ordinary phone call. We haven't developed that yet. We haven't added a phone number. You will call in as if you were a guest and turn off your camera, so we will just hear your voice. If you don't want to show your pretty face, I don't know why. I mean, if this ugly mug can go on, then you certainly would put me to shame. Let's put it this way. but you would join us as a guest and come on with or without your picture, and you can make a call. But more commonly today, for us, those millennials that get blamed for everything and causing that text revolution whereby nobody talks to each other. Joking, of course, don't get too offended. Uh, each one of those platforms, YouTube and Facebook, support chats or comments, whichever you prefer using. I always get blown away by the difference in terminology and not knowing the right one in the right place. But anyway, if you care to make a text comment, these all from both platforms will appear on the screens of our show. Now, they won't be in your audience. I don't believe it's in the audience unless what we do is we can highlight and bring those comments on at the bottom of the screen. So now as we develop a lot of comments, we probably can't show them all, but that way we'll show who they came from, whether it's their real name or their username, correct, reality or not, and what their comment is, especially if it's a question for the chef or whoever the guest is. We certainly want to address that. And my poor eyes can't read them all. But this is, we'll have help and we'll put these up to you so you can see who's asking what. All right, so that's how you can communicate. That's how, if you want to talk, you can phone, but phone means texting us and asking to come on so we can send you the link, which you will be able to connect to and ask your question or make your comment verbally instead of or in addition to your text comment. All right, last to say, this show has not been scheduled yet, but we are lining restaurants up. In New Orleans is very easy for me, so I've got several on the cooker there for Restaurant Review. But we certainly would like to get some USA chefs. I'm always, if you see me snooping around, asking you to either befriend me or sending you a Facebook friend request. Not that I don't want to be friends with you, but how can you be friends with 2,000 to 4,000 people at one time? And I like to make it a meaningful relationship, not just Facebook numbers. So I will ask you some questions. If I see some of your food dishes that you posted or something in your profile indicates that you would be a chef, to see if you'll show me something, to see if, hey, I think the audience would like to see you, and would you like to come on and showcase your dishes? And so all I'm doing is asking you. Like I say, you can contact me directly by those other names. You can, watch the time. Oh, it's almost time. Okay, so contact me through those other channels, or if I ask you, if you've already been a friend and I've asked you before, we've had a period of 6 months where we haven't had any media to broadcast for you, but now we're back in the ball game. So I will also be trying to resolicit every chef that I might have made some overtures to during that window of absence. Okay. Lastly, so once we start lining up the chefs, then the programs will start. Our official target launch date is February 1st. Okay. We already have our first scheduled show on February 3rd. Won't say what it is because it's not this program. We already had a test. It was a live program that very well earlier this week. And the guest was very pleased, and so was I. And we've got some nice comments. So for you all, as I mentioned in the beginning, besides being able to see these shows at any time, and I don't mean just these PSAs, I mean our programming when we start, we want you to know that we will develop a schedule. Right now, all of our shows, we're doing a target. Not at target. Our target for all of our shows are being done in the evening. It's a lot easier other than these random situations. And that way we can fix the day. So you'll know the color. You can know the show either by the color background or the names, since we have different names now. And you will know by following these Facebook and YouTube promotions what day of the week and time that occurs on a regular basis, hopefully a weekly basis and an hour format. So watch for that. But if you get in between, if you get an impromptu notification before we get that total thing fixed or sent out to you, don't hesitate to jump on one of your platforms and watch the program. I think if you're a foodie or a chef, you'll find these fascinating. And one thing I didn't mention, you can go back to our YouTube channel or space REVUE. That's why I ask you to subscribe, please. And under videos and playlists, the two categories, Videos or shows, and again, only some because we were 15 years, about a year and a half, about 200, 150, 200 shows of all of our shows that we did on the TV show. That would strictly be restaurant review, so it would only be New Orleans chefs. They go to the playlist, and there we were on for 2 years with the internet. So that is when we developed. That was the origin of this program, Chef's Chat USA. So there you can find Chef's Chat USA and the sister name, which you'll recognize after you watch episode 7. A little teaser there, which I'm sure probably won't work. Anyway, that's again for kids, and this old man is always grateful for you. And we'll see you, as I say, see you soon. Stay tuned soon.